gonna do a quick talk while we head over to the Jack in the Box. It's about it's about 3 a.m. About 12 o'clock I went to the local convenience store for ice, and I ran into this young fella I knew who we were in a class together some time back, and he was the special guy in class. So he walked up pretty drunk and messed up, and just, you can tell he was going through it. I was like, what are you doing here? What are you doing running around here? I was like, have you been home? You know, do you have a way home? And he was like, no. And his home was like total opposite end of town from where we were. Like, 20 miles or something. He's like, I can't get home, blah, blah, blah. I was like, get in the car, man, let's go. So, took this dude home. And felt a blessing from that we were able to. Just filled up the tank on the truck, and, things were good, and I was able to take him and go. Just do it. And then, coming back, in the middle there was this car, like a brand new, it wasn't brand new, but it was well cared for, really clean Lincoln. And it was sitting on the side of the road in a little gas station that has a reputation for transactions and other stuff, with the hood up. And there was another car sitting there by the pump, and I don't know if they were together or not. I went about a mile, half a mile maybe, 3/4 of a mile. I turned around, I went back, and it was a guy who, he had cancer and some other stuff, and had a colostomy bag, and just on and on and on. And he was trying to get to the doctor, and turns out his alternator went out in his car, his dad's car, and the lady who was there, helper, was driving. So a friend of mine loaned me a jumper box, but this is like a huge thing. Like, you can probably run a house off it for a couple of days kind of thing. It's just huge battery. It's like one of those, you could use it for powering power tools on the job site kind of thing. It's not the big ones, but it's pretty big. It looks like an old boombox, but it's way heavier with the D-cell type, So I keep it in the back of the truck, so in the back seat. So gave them a jump, and as soon as we pulled it off, their engine died. We're like, okay, you're not charging the battery, so we're going to charge the battery. Then they said they lived at Sunrise, which is, again, good distance from where we were. It's like the other fourth corner of the town kind of a thing. So we waited for a while, and I realized that they just weren't going to make it, and got Mini-Me with me, and he's doing some classwork, but it's not the greatest idea in the world, So I took the guy's ID. We used a bungee cord, and bungee cord that starter under his hood, and they drove slowly to the hospital. And it's less than a mile. Got him there, and just got to talk. And he was one of those guys who had done business here and all kinds of stuff. He sold large machinery to like all the prisons and state offices and all this other stuff. Had a pretty good business going at one point. And she, funny enough, she teaches music and gymnastics. So she actually plays the jazz piccolo, which, sounds pretty interesting. Love to hear her play, but she wants to meet with Joseph this next week, and start teaching him some basic gymnastics, like handstands, the simple stuff that can be used. She says not to mess with his back or any of the other stuff until he's at least 6, but just starting with the stuff that builds the strength to be able to hold your body weight and the dexterity to do it. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's one of those things where we're blessed, and we're blessed to be a blessing, and it's blessing us back. It's good stuff. Again, I wanted him to do gymnastics, didn't see that kind of school and stuff, and I didn't think about it because she's like 4 foot tall. maybe 4 foot 2, you know what I mean? And when she said, oh yeah, I'm a gymnast, I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. Okay, that's gonna be it. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.